It's been a long week, like a really, really long week. I'm sorry, baby girl. A really, really long week, and it doesn't seem like it's gonna end anytime soon. I'm not sure. I don't even know why this is happening. I have finals this week, like coming up, and you mad, girl? I moved here. I'm gonna give you water, and I'll get more water for me. But I don't have time for this. I don't know if a lot of people have seen that my very, very long ago ex is having a complete meltdown on the internet, and I've had to take legal recourse, and I'm at a loss for what to do, because it's like this person has a whole army of people around him, and I'm truly alone for good reason. Like, I prioritize my mental. Well, I have my doggy. I have the best of things that I need around me. I have my mom and my brother, and I have real life people, right? I have people that I have y'all. I have my thoughts, and I have my family. I have the people that matter. I have my godson, and I have my niece and my nephew and my brother and my best friend, and I have my neighbors, and I have the people I go to the dog park with every day, and I have the people at my my like my therapy groups, and I have real life people, like off internet people, and I've been prioritizing not being in relationships, and I don't even think I would ask the people in my relationships to be involved in this, because or the drama that it is, right? The drama that this is bringing into my life. I don't even think that I'll subject them to this level of shenanigans, because do you really want people that you love to be subjected to this type of stuff, like violence and threats of violence, and having to go? And I think that's one of the reasons that I've been not trying to be in a relationship for so long, and not wanting to do like intimacy with people, is because I know that I could that I could very much get into a relationship, or fraud somebody into being romantic with me, or seek somebody out for their time and attention and their physical space, or for get the things from them that I desperately want, which is to not be to not feel like, in these moments especially, like that I'm alone, that I'm fighting these battles alone, and I want somebody here with me. But on the reverse side is like, including somebody in that is so damaging to them, for them to have to watch their partner or somebody that they care about, or to just have somebody have to watch somebody they care about argue with somebody, or be threatened by somebody. Or it's like, I've known for a long time that I have drama in my life, and I want to clear it all up, right? I have a car situation in Florida And I want to get that all dealt with and done and out of the way before I deal with somebody else, so that my financial situations are all cleared up, so I'm not asking somebody to go in with me on a financial situation. My watch is at 3%. Because I don't think, when I'm making decisions, I want my partner to know, like, okay, nothing else besides me and you is impacting my decisions. And I feel for a long time like I won't be able to make that until I'm out of that environment. And then this situation is like, when somebody feels like they still have ownership over you, or that they can get some type of space back with you, or it's just so draining that you can't really allow somebody else to pour into you, because you're just going to keep draining that energy out, and then it's going to drain them, and they're going to keep trying to care about you and care about you and care about you, and you only have so much energy. So if they start pouring into you, then they're going to only have so much energy. And like, it's okay for you to be depleted, but for you to deplete everybody else, and especially somebody who doesn't deserve that, or who wasn't involved in that, or who doesn't benefit from that situation, it's like, I already tried with the person that I had I was with somebody in Atlanta for 2 years, and he was a wonderful person. We just shouldn't have ever been together, because when I left Panda World, I had $38. And I left all of my accounts. Many people know who I was before, when I was Elle at the Essex. I lived in a building called the Essex. When I first started online, I was on a fetish website, a social media website that's all just social media based. It's like an Instagram, well, it's kind of like a Facebook, but a fetish based website, for like a Facebook website, but for fetishes. And when I was on that website, I lived in a building called the Essex in Santa Ana, near the Santa Ana airport, with my ex. And we didn't do adult content in this apartment, although we lived a fetish lifestyle, and he was in the fetish lifestyle for years before he ever met me. I was a student, and I was living at an apartment in Anaheim with my brother and my brother's wife, because I graduated from VCU in undergrad. And my brother has always been my best friend. We're only a year apart, and I realized that this was probably going to be the last time in our lives that we would get to spend time together. My brother and I are a year apart, and it was like, you're going to, he wasn't married at the time, but it definitely seemed like they were gonna move that direction. And people get married and they have kids and they move apart, and life takes over, and people's job take over. And we had both joined the military right out of high school. We didn't spend a lot of time together as kids, and I thought, this is our last chance. And in college, I went and I spent a lot of time with my dad to get a chance to get to know him. and I thought, this is my last chance to get to know my brother as an adult. And it's the last chance to live near him, live with him, have family, and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna move to LA, and I'll do grad school and he'll do undergrad, because my brother has stayed in the military longer than me. And so I went to Cal State Long Beach, and my brother went to Cal State Long Beach, and I got my master's in social work, and my brother started there in their engineering program. And he decided he was going to do one semester, and then school just wasn't for him. And that was okay. He's very successful in his career now as an electrician. He's very, very good at his job. But I stayed, and I kept going to school, and I got my master's degree. But because he wasn't commuting with me and going back to school, I kind of had commuting and all of that kind of stuff in the LA area. And I ended up meeting my ex at the time. Or I ended up meeting my ex, who is now my ex. I met him at the time in my second to last year. So I did one whole year and then one semester. And I met him, which is funny enough, Pearl Harbor Day, December 7th, 2015. A day that will live in infamy. So it's always gonna be a funny story for me because I will never forget that date. But met on Tinder, and we ended up dating. I met on Tinder. He came to my school. We had lunch at a Mexican restaurant that's probably still there. It's right out of Cal State Long Beach. We had lunch, hung out. It was great. He said, this is short. Let's hang out later after. Come over to my house. After school, you have work later tonight. Come over later. And things hit it off from there. I can tell you guys a whole story about the beginning of our relationship, but we didn't do adult content for the first year. So then that would be to December, January, February, March. So December to then the first video went up May 2017, and we started in December 2015. So, and we had moved to Huntington Beach before any content ever came out. And it's just when you had so much time with somebody and you were with somebody and you know who they actually are, and you shared moments with them where you were a real person and they were a real person, and then they've changed so much, and you look at them now and the things that they're doing and the way that they're interacting is who are you? Who is this person that you forgot? It's so gross. And so I this whole week has been so weird to me because it's so today is Wednesday, and the biggest incident of this week happened on the 27th, which would have been Monday, when he my days are so messed up. And so the 27th, which would have been Monday, just threatening my brother, threatening I'm gonna the exact message say, it went insane, and it just out of nowhere, and talking about she forgot who I am and she forgot who she is, and I'm like, I didn't forget how much I cared about you, and I didn't forget how much my brother cared about you, and I didn't forget about the substance of what our relationship meant to the internet and to the people. And I don't think that you understand what you're doing and how you're hurting people, and why is any of this happening, and yelling at people and threatening people, and then putting my phone number online, like at my actual real phone number, and not realizing that all of these are crimes, committing crimes against me publicly. I'm like, it has to be some sort of delusion to actually commit a crime. Like, do you not know it's a crime? Because that's not, I don't know how you could advise other people in your house. Like, you have, do you know what I'm, do y'all know, like, do you know what I mean when it's like, there's people who look up to you. And like, for me, I have children around me in my life who love me and look up to me, and I have to be cognizant of my behavior around them. Like, I have to watch what I say and how I interact with people in the store, and the kindness I exhibit to the waiter, and the way in which I interact with other drivers on the road. Because if I'm driving and my nephew's in the car with me, he's gonna see how my emotions are, or how I, like, when you have people around you who monitor your behavior and then mirror that, you can't put people's phone number online and then they make people think that that's okay. Like, these are actual real life crimes where you're really threatening people. And this tweet say on, I don't know, and this is a quote, I don't even know what the bitch is upset about. Face like this. She finna get her ass beat and we don't even know what she's upset about. Laughing face. Like, next tweet is a, bro, I ain't spoke to this dummy in like 4+ years. She on some fuck black men tirade. Well, I ain't ever alone. My girls will throw hands like she used to when she wore my collar. And these girls are better trained than she ever was. She forgot, I guess. Next tweet. Cameras will def be rolling if we ever go to a convention. These mother MFS gonna be running to security. Next tweet. She must have forgot how easily I beat up her big brother, cause she said he could take me cause he was bigger than me. I'm a better fighter than I was then. And then he put an expletive, which is the N-word with an A. Outweighed me by 100 pounds. She forgot, I guess. She also forgot how to fight since she's getting abused by these pussy something. I guess that, and then it say show more. And the next tweet. She filmed me fucking him up. He decided to train with me after, cause duh, this bitch forgot who the fuck I am. And he's making fun of a situation where she said her brother could fuck me. No, my brother said that he wanted to train with you, to try to do Brazilian jiu-jitsu with you, to try to take on your hobbies, because he loves me and I was dating you, and he thought that it would be a good idea if you and him could bond because we were in a relationship together. And you think that it's a good idea to just be online making fun of him. Oh, the show more said, she forgot, I guess. She also forgot how to fight since she's getting abused by these pussy ass dudes in porn. And he thinks this is funny because he has no empathy or no level of consciousness for the fact that when somebody cares about you, the people in their life are supposed to care about you. And you're sitting on the internet making fun of that? For what? Out of nowhere and out of randomly, you just brought up my brother? You said, I'm going to get beat up. And then you just brought up my brother for what reason? Just one day randomly at, what time of day was this? Just randomly one day at, 12:29 p.m. And so it's like, to have loved and cared about somebody so bad that they're so lost with so little people around them trying to explain to them or able to get through to them, like, where are the people in their life that love them, that are trying to love you as well? Because my brother definitely tried to love you. You know, I come from a world where people around you try to take everybody in. All of my friends love me and will try their best. And that's the hard part about this situation. Because regardless of what anybody ever said or believes about, and I think that's the hard part for my fans too sometimes, is that they tried their best because I loved him. Just like my friends did. And my mom did. And when you have an immense amount of ability to garner love and affection from the people in your life, you have to be careful with who you share it with, because they will get that from the people around you. My brother tried to pick up, regardless of his feelings, and now years later, this person is on the internet making fun of them, and I won't even tell my brother about this. I won't even bring it up. I won't even bother his soul with this. I won't even upset him or say anything, because I don't want that stress or that intolerance. I don't want him to even know that I'm going through it, because these bad decisions to have this person in my life is my burden to bear from years. I should have dealt with this years ago. I should have not been with this I should not have allowed this for so long. Or I should have dealt with it before now. Or I should not be in this situation. I'm going through a lawsuit with the military right now, and my social worker asked me to reach out to a romantic partner who could attest to who could write me a statement. And I've shared on Twitter that my most recent romantic partner, the one that got me this little chicken nugget right here, this one, My most recent romantic partner got me this dog because he did this to my leg. And I have this wonderful scar for the rest of my life, and I'm having a car issue and a legal issue with him in Florida, and I do not want to reach out to him and ask him about writing me a statement. So I reached out to my ex from Atlanta. We were together for 2 years, and he agreed. He said he would write me a statement. He put a stipulation on it and said he would not be able to get the statement to me until Friday. And Friday was after the deadline. And I don't date that many people. I didn't have anybody else who could write me a statement to attest to my romantic history. I didn't have nobody else who could speak to that. And I talked to a few people, and we all decided that since when I left Panda World, I left with nothing. I gave him my social media accounts. I gave him my bank account and my ability to generate income from my streaming account and my uploading accounts. And these were shared accounts, mind you. He didn't have any accounts either. These were our accounts together, other than the Twitch account, which the Twitch account was definitely mine, and he had his own, but he took my account because my account was the first one to make affiliate and the first one that we don't need to get into that, but these accounts were shared accounts, like the PH account and all the accounts, they were shared. But when you share accounts, that doesn't mean that just one person gets all of them. That doesn't mean they just go directly to him. Like, if you keep them, then you have to financially compensate me for them, because half of it is mine. I never signed rights to say you get everything. Like, let's be for real. Let's cut the bullshit for a second. Let's be for real. You don't just get everything. First and foremost, I never signed rights over to you. And second is I started this. Definitely several of those accounts were started by me. The PH one for sure. There are several people who know that one account was started by me for sure. And if you go back and look, like, we don't need to get into that, but we can do that in another video. But when I left, I fought for nothing. Absolutely nothing. I, hands in the air, made peace with my reality and my maker. And I said, if I'm not popular, so be it. If I have 10 followers today, then that's the amount of followers I have. And I'm happy to have them. If I have 100 views, then 100 views is the amount that I had today, because those views are the views that I had yesterday. And then they're not real. None of those followers is real. The only thing that's real is the amount of people that I can have today. And I settled with that I didn't need those accounts, that those accounts were associated with him and I together. And I put my hands in the air and I said, I don't want to fight and go out having to talk to him more and go a court case and go back and forth arguing with somebody for months and years. I just want to start life over and just pick happiness, because I've been so unhappy for so long. And so when we talked about it with my social worker and my friends, they said he owes you a favor because he's been eating off you for years. He ain't never paid you no money for them accounts. You let him keep all of the accounts. The least he can do is help you with this court case. Ask him to write a letter. The worst that could happen is he say no. Man, oh man, do they not know that this is the worst that could happen. Now I have to get a restraining order, and he's on the internet calling me all type of names, trying to defame me, trying to get me canceled, and trying to this, that, and the other. Like, he got me on the internet phone calling with Zay Hilfiger, finding out about fucking assaults and kidnappings and all type of other stuff that I'm like, what is going on? What is going on? I just don't even. I'm sad. I'm really sad for the person that I lost. I feel like I'm having a funeral. Like, what happened to the person that I was so in love with? How did he become this bad? Because even just a week ago, and that's why it's so sick. Like, it's so sick because just a week ago, like on the beginning of this month, he was like, you're the only person who will understand me, texting me, I want you back, and when can we film again, and come down here and visit, and this, that, and the other. All type of things that are now like, was that how our whole relationship was? Like, you hated me this whole time? Because now, a week, 2 weeks later, it's I'm this and I'm that, and you defamatory and oh my God, the things that he's saying about me are just so vile and so terrible. And so you don't say those things about somebody that you care about, but you certainly don't say those things about somebody that you just not even 10 days ago said completely something about. And when you know somebody have my uncle, so my uncle has been in it when I was a kid. I think he had been in AA for 20 some odd years, and now it has to be like 40 something years. But my uncle is sober, and he would tell me all the time, once an alcoholic, always an alcoholic. You have to keep that on your mind forever. And you have to tell yourself you have a problem and you have an addictive personality, and you cannot let that go. When you are a friend of Bill, you will always be an alcoholic. You cannot lose sight of that, because if you lose sight of that and you start to think you're fine, you can really ruin your life, and you can ruin the life of so many people around you if you just say that you don't have a problem. And so when people call me an alcoholic, it doesn't bother me because I'm sober. I admit to having faults because I struggled for so long. I ruined so many relationships and so many lives, and I am an addict, and my choice of addiction is alcohol, and I am sober, and I don't even keep count of days, because I've been sober since October 12th, and I'm gonna remain sober this time around, at least until the baby gets here. But my brother's wife announced her pregnancy, and we decided to stay sober for her until the baby comes. And I'm exercising that with her, and I'm proud of her, and I'm excited for her. And when people say alcoholic this, alcoholic that, please keep that in mind, that if I go and drink, there could be serious problems. And even if I do drink after the baby comes, I will always keep it in mind that I'm an alcoholic, because I have to keep sight of that me drinking is a problem. I can never be normal. I can never treat alcohol like it will not have control of my life. I will always be an alcoholic. And that is the burden that I have to bear, because I have made irresponsible decisions at points in my life. I have allowed alcohol to take control of my life. So I will always, always, always have that in the forefront of my mind, that I have to be more in control, more responsible than other people. I never, ever, ever get to be out of control again. And as an adult, I feel like that is the form of responsible that you should have when you know you have a problem. I think that it is weaponized emotional abuse for someone who knows that this is the way that I look at it, to be screaming it up and down as an insult on social media, to be using it as a derogatory comment. Oh, she's an alcoholic. Like, yes, and explain the rest of that I do not drink, that I have control over my alcoholism right now. And if you push me to drink, if you cause me enough emotional turmoil that I have the possibility to ruin my life if I drink. But have not been drinking and don't have a desire to drink in normal situations. That weaponization of that is so abusive. From somebody who I used to love, and who says that I don't think that you could ever have loved me if that's what you're doing. Knowing that my mom, like, knowing that these things are triggering for me, and knowing that I came from a household where people weren't responsible with their addictions. Like, you want to go on the internet and say these things and do these things, it's like, that's why I keep saying over and over, like, I know that person needs help. It has to be something is wrong. Like, something is wrong. There's something wrong. You cannot be saying those things and there's not something wrong. Like, I don't know what's wrong. Like, I don't know what's wrong. I'm so confused. Like, there's something wrong. There's something wrong. Like, I'm so confused. Like, and I don't know how, and it's seeming to escalate, and it's going, and the criminal aspect of it, like, how you don't know these things are a crime. Intentional infliction of emotional distress is a crime in the state of California. Doxing someone is a crime. Threatening someone with physical violence is a crime. I'm just so confused. And to have people who are looking up to you, where is the hope and the faith and the admiration and the devotion? Like, where is the things that were worthy of following? Where is the person that doesn't lead people into, I will never put my brother in harm's way? Why are you throwing people in harm's way? Like, that is not how you treat people who are the love of your life and your devoted people. Those are like, you know what we used to say about people in infantry? Those are bullet catchers. Those are bullet catchers. The infantry and the military, I don't care about them. They're not smart. They're not like those are the people who get low scores on the ASVAB. We just need them to go on the front line to catch bullets. We just throw them in harm's way. Like, oh, excuse me. Why are your see, I think it's my time to be done. Why are your partners bullet catchers? Because I'm not understanding. I'm not going to understand that when I won't put my brother in even emotional turmoil, emotional distress. I won't even talk to him about this because I don't even want him to, like, why would you physically sacrifice unless it's absolutely necessary? Unless it was like, hey, unless someone is coming to threaten us, why would that be? It's escalating. It's getting worse. I don't know what's wrong. I don't know how y'all can anybody put in the comments, can you help me understand? Or can you comment, like, this video is getting way too long and I need help. Maybe can y'all help me? Can y'all comment and can y'all put in the comments some help or something? It's been a really long week.